Tyrannosaurus Rex. One day Diesel and Thomas were busy moving dirt at the old mine. Gordon called them into the mine to show them something amazing that had been found. They were a bit worried about what they saw. "It's got big teeth, but it's not a monster. The paleontologist says it's a dinosaur," said Sandy. Thomas and Diesel were amazed. Gordon told them it was a Tyrannosaurus Rex skeleton and that the engines needed to take it to Vickerstown Museum so it could be put on display. Thomas and Diesel rushed back to their sheds to get the other engines. The skeleton had been put on trucks in pieces for the engines to pull. "Keep them in the order they are now," Gordon told them. It was very important the pieces arrived in the correct order so Sandy could rebuild the skeleton. The engines were all thrilled to take the pieces of the skeleton to the museum. They sang a song as they went. "Feet, tailbone, ribs and claws, head and jaws," sang the engines. As they came near to Vickerstown, the engines were having so much fun they forgot about staying in the correct order and started racing. "Looks like Thomas Rex is gonna be number one," laughed Thomas. By the time they reached Vickerstown, the skeleton pieces were muddled up and Sandy couldn't figure out how to put it back together. Gordon tried to help the engines work out the order. "Do you remember how you were lined up originally?" asked Gordon. The engines all had a think, and then they remembered their song. "Feet, tailbone, ribs and claws, head and jaws," they sang. Sandy used the song to put the skeleton back together in the order of the song. "Are you sure it's in the right order?" asked Sandy. "We're dino sure," replied Thomas with a big smile. The engines of Sodor have many friends, and some of them are animals. Thomas, Percy, Nia, Kana and Diesel need your help to count some of their furry friends. First, there's Nia, and she's with some furry orange foxes. How many foxes are with Nia? Let's count. 1, 2, 3. There are 3 foxes with Nia. Here's Diesel, and he's found some bats. But how many? Shall we count them? 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. Diesel has 5 bats. Thomas is saying hello to a cow. Shall we count him too? 1. There is only 1 cow. Well done. Now here's Percy, and he's found some woolly sheep. How many sheep are standing beside Percy? 1, 2. There are 2 sheep eating the green grass. Finally, here's Kana, the speedy electric engine, and she's got some speedy feathery friends. How many birds can you count on the tree branch? 1, 2, 3, 4. There are 4 little birds. You did very well, and we're just in time for the next story. Thomas's fuzzy friend. One morning at Knapford, James, Nia and Thomas were just starting work for the day when a little stray dog appeared on the tracks. "Go away! Shoo!" said James rudely. The dog scampered off, but Thomas met it again later on. "You can't be running about on the tracks. They're far too dangerous," said Thomas. He decided the best thing to do would be to take the dog with him in his cabin. "What are you doing, Thomas? Engines can't have pets," said Annie. "I know I can't look after a dog, but I can help it find its home," replied Thomas with a chuckle. The little dog loved being in Thomas's cabin as he whizzed around Sodor looking for its owner. The search was going well until the dog spotted a squirrel and leapt from the cabin to chase it into the woods. "Come back!" called Thomas as he hurried after the dog. He wasn't watching where he was going, crashed into a log on the track and derailed. "Oh no, I'm stuck!" wailed Thomas. The clever little dog knew just what to do. He picked up Thomas's driver's hat and ran off to find help. "Has something happened to Thomas?" asked Sir Topham Hatt. "Woof, woof," replied the dog. Emily followed it back to Thomas's location. Thomas was overjoyed to see Emily and his fuzzy friend again. "You brought her here? What a clever doggy!" laughed Thomas. Emily went to find Rocky, and in no time Thomas was back at Knapford. He was glad to be back, but sad he hadn't found the little dog's home. The little dog was happy to see Sir Topham Hatt again, but even happier when he found a little boy and his dad. "May I keep it, Dad?" asked the little boy. "Do you promise to look after it?" replied his father. The little boy said he would. "I'd like that, but this fuzzy little fellow needs a name," said Thomas. "I know, Fuzzy. Fuzzy the dog," replied the little boy. Fuzzy the dog barked happily at his new name. Here's two similar pictures, but if you look closely you'll find 6 differences in picture B. Do you think you can spot them all in 30 seconds? If you need more time, don't worry, just pause the video here and take all the time you need. Keep spotting. And here's the 6 differences. How many did you manage to spot? Oh, very well done. Now it's time for another story. Marion and the Dinosaurs. One day Marion was showing Toby a dinosaur skeleton that was on display in the town square. "I dug up the bones with my shovel," Marion explained. "Wow!" gasped Toby. Later that day Marion was taking a rest in a siding when she heard a strange noise. "That doesn't sound like an engine," she thought. All of a sudden, a huge dinosaur appeared behind the trees. Marion felt very scared. "Go away, dinosaur!" she shouted and closed her eyes. When she eventually opened them again, the dinosaur had completely vanished. The next morning, Marion stopped to tell Thomas all about the scary dinosaur she had seen. "Dinosaurs haven't been around for millions of years," said Thomas. "You must have had a bad dream." Thomas then hurried away. Just as Marion got back to her work, she heard the strange noise again. She looked up and saw a big green dinosaur. "The dinosaurs are back!" she gasped and zoomed to Olmsted Castle as fast as she could. When she arrived, she warned the 2 engines who lived at the castle, Stephen and Millie, about the dinosaurs. "Dinosaurs?" asked Millie in amazement. The strange noise was getting louder now. "Here they come!" cried Marion. The engines rushed to hide behind the drawbridge. As they hid, they heard the Earl laughing. He sounded very happy indeed. "You've arrived, Samson," called the Earl. And you've brought my model dinosaurs. They will look perfect in my new dinosaur park. Slowly, Marion peeped out from behind the drawbridge to take a proper look at the pretend dinosaurs. Well, I guess they don't seem very scary now, she chuckled. Night, night. Now let's answer some questions about the last two stories you just heard. Question 1. What animal did Thomas help to find a new home in the first story? Was it a squirrel? Or was it a dog? That's right, Thomas tried to find the dog a new home. Question 2. Which engine came to help Thomas when he derailed in the first story? Was it Emily? Or was it James? Yes, Emily came to Thomas's rescue. She's a really useful engine. Question 3. Which engine was the second story about? Was it about Marion? Or was it about Toby? Well done! The bedtime story was all about Marion and the time she met some dinosaurs. You've done very well. See you all again soon. Bye bye. If you liked what you heard, please consider leaving a like as well as commenting and subscribing. See you all again soon. Bye bye.